All right, so Shamain, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. All right, so you are a singer, songwriter, actress, and violinist. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Violinist, yes.
Perfect.
Raised outside of the national's capital, Washington, D.C., you have cultivated your voice singing around the house at a very young age, finding inspiration from iconic voices in reggae, R&B, pop, and all by your parents. Is that correct?
Well, my
Your
father.
father?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was an artist back in our country, and my mother is a lover of music. So yeah, you can say my parents.
Okay, that's what's up. And so at the age of 5, you moved to the U.S. from Guyana, where you attended the Arts Magnet School, where you studied the violin, and you were a part of the orchestra at your school.
Yes, I was.
So would you say that that upbringing kind of sparked your interest in music?
Well, I think I've always had an interest in music.
Okay.
It wasn't until later in my high school years where I really started to pursue music as a singer.
Okay.
But I've always had an interest with music, and because I started with the violin, and that was like my introduction, I guess you
Okay.
can say.
Okay.
My father, he was a singer, but I was still young, so I wasn't really into like his career and everything. So
Mhm.
that was my introduction. But I think I've always had a love for music.
Okay. And when did you find out you could sing? Like, were you thrown like in your school choir and was like, oh, I can sing, and then it just...
It's so funny because I've never actually been in a choir. I've
Okay.
always wanted to,
Mhm.
but I've always been I've always been in the orchestra, so you couldn't do both,
Yeah.
So, but I mean, for my parents, I can say, when I was young, I don't even know how old I was. I might have been younger than 5.
Okay.
But they used to record me on cassette tapes, and I remember this one recording, "The Greatest Love of All" by Whitney Houston. I was singing it, and my
Wow.
father was like, "Oh, yes, she's got something right there," and I'm just like, I'm just a little kid, just like
Yeah.
la 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 whatever. But for me personally, when I realized I can sing, I don't even know how to like scale that, but when I really got serious with it was
Okay.
around high school. So
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, after graduating high school, you signed to a label. Can you tell me about that process and how did they find you? How did that come about?
yeah, well, I got signed to Gutter Music, which transitioned into Bridgestar.
Okay.
But they actually came to my school looking for talent. So in like
Nice.
10th grade, they came, and then they were holding like auditions like in the cafeteria with everybody in there. And little shy Shamain was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to wait till everybody leaves until after school. When they stick around, then I'll audition. But that's where they found me. They actually came to my school. I went to Suitland, and they came there.
Nice. Do they still do that?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
They don't do it. They probably should like do it
Yeah.
again, because it was definitely important in my music career, because it gave me that opportunity to like go behind the scenes and see like what it really was to be an artist outside of like what you see on TV or on the stage.
Yeah.
So I got to see all the ins and outs, and like really work in a studio and learn how to record myself, and I was just like, okay. That's what made me think that I could do it.
Yeah.
So they should definitely, I think any child singer or someone interested in music should always like have a chance to go through something like that.
Yeah. I think that's really dope.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent, like even nowadays in high school. I know a few people, Marcus's sister, shout out to her. She is 17 and she is like blowing people out of the water with her voice. So I think that's important. That's really what's up.
Absolutely.
So would you say that your career kind of started, with that?
That was the beginning for me, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that, 2011, 2012?
Girl, I couldn't even tell you. It was a while ago. I know it was a while ago.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
When
so.
did you drop your first song? Or when did you do your first record?
My first song that I wrote and recorded was actually for that program.
Okay.
And it was called "This Is My Time." And it was just like, I kind of sort of remember it. This is my time to shine. Nobody's going to hold me back from life. It was just basically like empowering myself, you know, to saying, you know, this is my time. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to be great, and people are going to love me.
Yeah.
I was, you know, that was my first time experimenting with like writing an actual song, because I used to write a lot of poetry, but I never really like shared it.
Yeah.
But that was like the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from there to now, it's 2019. How do you think you've grown as an artist?
I think that, you know, from where I started, I used to be extremely shy.
Okay.
Like, I was so shy. I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, if I wanted to practice singing, nobody had to be in the house. Couldn't be anybody walking up and down the street, because if I saw, like, a shadow at the corner of my eye, I would stop and look around and wait until they go. I used to be so severely shy.
Okay.
That I just couldn't sing around anybody. But now it's just like, I know that this is what I want, so I know I'm gonna have to do this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, I'm still, you know, reserved off stage, but on stage it's like a whole new,
I'm like, I can't even attest to what you're saying, because when I'm watching like you on social media and you're on stage doing your thing, I'm like, okay, little Beyonce.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're really talented, and I love your
much.
stage presence. You're really good. I would never know that you were shy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm shy. I'm gonna say that I'm an introverted person. Like, I'm very reserved. I don't like to just, unless like I know you and we like close.
Yeah.
Like, because I know my manager is just like rolling his eyes right now. But
like, girl, you are not shy.
Yeah, like it's like I have to have like a close relationship with you to really see all aspects of Shamain. So.
I understand. Trust me, I understand.
Yeah, I can kind of tell that from you, but from your vibe, I can tell that there's like a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. My friends would be like, "Girl, you know."
I can tell. I get that.
All right, so as far as being on stage and, you know, entertaining a crowd, what do you like? What do you get thrilled of? Like, what's your favorite part about performing? That's what I'm trying to ask you.
My favorite part? I don't know, because 9 times out of 10 when I'm performing, I kind of like don't remember it until I see it on video. But I do appreciate like audience participation, like, because that lets me know that, you know, they're relating to what I'm saying, and they're feeling it. And like, if somebody wants to participate, that means that they're interested. So I guess that would be my favorite. Just, you know, speaking to the audience and then really getting their feedback, like, and getting their responses. It just lets me know that what I'm doing is not in vain. Yeah. So
that's what's up.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's what's up. So what has been your most favorite project so far?
I mean, that's such a tough question, because it's like trying to say, oh, who's your favorite child? You know? Because
that's true. Okay.
All of these songs, they're all like my babies, my metaphorical babies. Yeah. So, I mean, I love the project that I have now. I love it.
Do Your Worst.
Yes. Do Your Worst EP.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
So, what inspired that? Was that something that you is that something that you went through and you just, you know, wrote about it and you expressed it? Is something that somebody you know went through it, or?
Well, my process, I kind of just write. I mean, I have the ability to write about what I'm feeling or about what someone else is going through. If like someone's close to me and they're going through something, I can take from that and I can write about it. Okay. Like, I've done that. Like, I don't want to like specify on which songs, because if you feel it, you feel it. It doesn't matter where it comes from, you know? Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of me in there too, because I mean, I've been through a lot. Yeah. Specifically talking about relationships. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a little bit of me in there. Yeah.
That's what's up. I love the song.
Thank you.
Was listening to it, and I'm like, this reminds me of every time I'm trying to leave, something keeps pulling me back.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like,
this is what it is. Yeah. An R&B kind of twist.
I love it. That's what's up. All right. So, do you write all of your own music?
I do, yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. I think that, like I was saying earlier, I think that that's really, really important. Yeah. You know, because I feel like it brings you closer to the artist and who they are and what they go through and the things that they see and the experience that they experience. It's I don't know, it's just really, really important. So I love that.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm also not opposed to, people writing for you, because as long as you can deliver
Nice.
to, get someone to really feel what you're saying, I think that's what's important. But
Okay.
I do write my own stuff.
Nice.
But I'm not opposed to having writers.
Okay. All right, so what would you say your most valuable lesson throughout your musical career? What is something that you learned that you think is the most valuable?
I think that I would say that I am my worst critic, because sometimes I get so in my head that I don't even try. And that alone, like, not trying is failing. And that's how I have to look at it, because if you don't try, it's like it's just as bad as trying and failing, because it's like you didn't even give yourself the chance.
Yeah.
So I would say, I guess the fear.
Yeah. So
fear.
what do you do in those moments of fear where you feel like, and you're down on yourself and you're really hard? What do you do in those moments?
Well,
What
I
helps
used
you?
to. I used to never try because of my fear of failure. But now I just push myself, because it's just like, what do I have to lose? You only have one life. I mean, well, we live every day, but you only die once. So make every day the most, and then let that lead towards whatever ultimate goal you have. And it's just like, I can't continue to hold myself back. What have I got to lose?
Yeah.
Somebody tells me no. Okay, well, someone is gonna tell me yes. You know.
Yeah. That's what's up. I like that.
Thank you.
So do you ever play the violin on stage while you're singing?
I do.
Nice.
Every now and then. She comes out a little bit.
Which one do you like to do more, singing or playing?
Oh, definitely singing.
Okay.
Playing, I'm fine in the orchestra. It's just, what I'm used to. I came up with it. But I think that was kind of like my downfall when it comes to the violin, because I was always in a group. Like, when it comes to me playing by myself, it's a little nerve-wracking. And that's something I'm definitely still shy about, that I can say. But singing is definitely, like, number one for me.
Nice. So are you still signed to, what was the...
British Star? No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you signed at all, or are you independent?
I have new management. I have a new team. Everything is just all new.
Okay.
And,
Okay. Okay. So, because I was going to ask you about, like, creative control and branding. Is that all you, or do you have a team that you work with that kind of help mold, your brand and, the things that you do and don't do? And
well, it's a combination of both. It's me and my team, because, I know that I can't do it by myself, and I don't want to.
Yeah. And
my team, especially my manager, Jay, like, he helped out so much with different ideas. Like, don't get big-headed, but but like, it's definitely, it takes, like what I told you before, teamwork makes the dream work. That is just so true, because like, nobody can do this on their own. Yeah. But I do have creative control, but I also am all down for like advice and ideas, and I'm, it's just
the way that it works.
Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it.
Nice. All right, so what are some of the things that you do to make sure that you're always, improving your skills? Do you take vocal lessons, or are you
I don't.
You practice a lot? Like, what is your way of like making sure you staying on track?
Well, I'm actually a full-time musician, so I'm always working on music every day.
Okay.
And like, whether you're a full-time musician or not, like, it's always important to work on your craft every day, even if it's just for an hour or one task to fulfill in that day. You should always work to bettering yourself, especially if this is something that you want to do professionally. You want to make sure that you're the best you can be, and then even better than that if you can,
Yeah. If you could work with any artist, who would it be?
I don't know. Like, I'm a big fan of Riri.
Okay.
Like, I just love everything about her and what she stands for and her music. Beyonce. If you're talking about like artists who are no longer with us, I would have loved to, like, maybe not a song, but just something involving Whitney Houston, because she's a big like inspiration of mine growing up.
Nice.
So I don't know what he said, but thank you. But But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, maybe Bruno Mars because
Okay. I've never heard that one before.
Bruno?
Yeah.
I mean, his music is just so dope.
I do like Bruno.
And it's just a vibe.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. All right, so we're going to do some one-word responses. One-word responses.
Okay.
Just to help your fans and, you know, whoever's watching get to know you a little bit more and something fun. So are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So not a morning person at all.
Now I could be in any kind of day,
Okay.
you know. But you said one word response. But I didn't want to be difficult, like all of the above or nothing like that. So
I got you.
Yeah, but night owl,
you.
I guess.
Okay.
That's where most of my shows happen at night. So.
Okay. So speaking of, since we're in October, a lot of holidays are coming up. What's your favorite holiday?
My birthday.
Your birthday? So your birthday is a holiday.
Even.
All right. Favorite holiday? I think that's where we left off at.
Man,
oh, your birthday.
I said that so vain.
Okay, so your birthday is your favorite holiday. When is your birthday?
June
3rd. Okay, you're a Gemini like me.
I am.
Hey, girl. My daughter is June 7th, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, me and her be like hitting heads.
Yeah.
All right. What's one food that you could never give up?
Bread. Just love me some bread. Like, I just can't let go of it. Like,
I understand. Shoot.
Oh, God, bread.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, what compliment do you get the most?
Do I have to say that? Is that a one word? That's not really one word.
What's your best asset?
My voice.
Okay, that's a great answer.
That's
a good answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so if you had 30 seconds to tell your friends, family, followers, whoever, if you had 30 seconds to tell them anything, what would you say?
I mean, stay plugged. You know, follow me on all social media platforms, Shamain Music, SHAMAIN Music, and go download my album, well, my EP. It's called Do Your Worst. I think it's something in there for everybody. So check that out. Let me know what you think. Stay tuned because I have a lot of stuff, a lot of exciting things coming. I have a lot of shows, so if you follow me on my social medias, you'll be up to date with that too. That was good, right?
Yes,
Usually that was about 3-4 times, but that was like on point.
No, that was really good. That was really good. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to make sure you follow her. You will not regret it. Her music and her new single, Do Your Worst, is out. It's a really relatable song for all my females. So make sure you download it. Go check it out.
Download the EP.
Yes, download the whole EP. Yes. So again, this is Just Talks with Justice, and thank you for tuning in.